Brian Sellers here. How's it going, everybody? A couple weeks ago, I got to give a presentation for more than 100 people at 368. And the really cool thing for you is that in this video, I give a simple 3-step process for how anybody can conquer any fears that you might have. And for a person who's overcoming his stuttering and helping other people to do that, it was such a huge opportunity. Enjoy this video and like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you're going to conquer your fears using these 3 steps that I talk about right now, actually. Bye for now.
Imagine if every time you opened your mouth to say something, you weren't sure if anything was going to come out. Because that's what it's like to live your life as a person who stutters. Brian Sellers is my name, and I've stuttered ever since I was 6 years old. And I gotta tell you, contrary to what you've probably heard, stuttering is not this amazingly awesome ball of fun that everybody always makes it out to be. I mean, it's not. But what's good about having me spend my whole life stuttering is that it's made me challenge my fears every single day of my life. And that really helps everybody in this room because my session right now is all about conquering our fears and how all of us can conquer our fears. So, what do you think the scariest thing is for a person who stutters? Maybe speaking? Yeah, sure, public speaking, that's a good one. Giving a presentation in the hallowed halls of 368. That's a good challenge, that's for sure. But to me, honestly, the scariest thing in the world is not speaking. It's silence. Because for my whole life, whenever I'd be speaking and then would encounter silence, it usually meant something bad was happening. And so I'm going to do something right now that absolutely terrifies me. I'm going to stand here for 30 seconds in silence. And 30. So that was really uncomfortable for me. It may have been uncomfortable for you, but I'm really glad that I did that because honestly, I knew what I was getting myself into. I planned this out, but that was really, really scary for me. But I have to tell you, I feel amazing right now. I feel incredible. And I want all of us in here to feel incredible and to have that same feeling of amazingness. So I'm going to give you 3 steps that you can do in your own lives to conquer whatever fear you might have. To help us with that, I want you to think about what it is in your creative journey that scares you. Maybe it's walking down the street holding a huge camera with a Mondo fuzzy microphone pointed at your face, because that's not weird at all. Or maybe it's, as Levi was saying earlier, what's my family going to think about this? Or maybe it's the fear of rejection, like Swoop was talking about earlier. Whatever it is, just put that in your head and try to keep that there over the next couple minutes. So, I said 3 steps. And Roberto used an ABC moniker, and Swoop was talking about Glenn Ross, which is a fantastic movie. It just so happens that my 3-step process goes A, B, C as well. And no, we didn't plan this. But step A in conquering your fear is to acknowledge that you have that fear. That seems obvious, but it's not always easy to be honest with yourself and to be honest with other people that you do have that fear. For those of you who don't know me, I also run a nationwide Stutterers Helping Stutterers program called the McGuire Program. And back in August or September, it occurred to me that my speech was, I was having a bit more what we call turbulence. I didn't have the same kind of control over my speech that I generally do. And as the leader of the program, I kind of had a fear that I wasn't leading things appropriately if my speech was kind of shaky. And honestly, it took me a couple months to admit that to myself. But when I did, and I admitted it to other people also, all of a sudden I had all this power, all this agency to actually begin to do something about that. And that's a good thing, because step B is to begin to do something about that. Oftentimes, and Swoop, you said this very, very nicely earlier, but fear can paralyze us and can make us just try to hide from that thing and do anything except that thing, like do the laundry, wash the dog, wash your friend's dog. I mean, whatever it is, just to not have to do that one thing. So, but what we can do is that fear, we don't have to fear fear. We don't have to fear fear. We can use fear as a motivator and as inspiration to actually take action. And the easiest way of doing that is to create a goal and then to figure out what's the smallest, teeniest, tiniest, smallest step that we can take to start working toward that goal. It doesn't have to be a big step. You're just trying to create some kind of momentum at this point. So, as I said, in September and October, I was not happy with my speech. And so I resolved to, in the month of November, I was going to speak to 1,500 random people who I didn't need to speak to except to complete this challenge. And that was a big goal. I was like, I don't know, am I even going to be able to do this? But I figured out that the first smallest, teeniest, tiniest step was to call 50 people on November 1st. So I live in Virginia. I called 50 Starbuckses in Los Angeles and just asked them very basic questions. What time do you open? Where are you located? Do you have any blueberry scones? Because I really like blueberry scones. And I'm happy to tell you that on November 1st, 2018, almost every Starbucks in Los Angeles had blueberry scones. Now you know something that you didn't know when you came in, so it's all been very valuable for you. But after I did that, even though it wasn't a very hard goal, I felt so empowered. Because before, I was just hiding. I was not admitting that I should do a little bit more. But now I had taken just the first step. I had momentum. I had the ability now to continue to affect that change. And that's good, because step C is to continue taking those steps. Continue to step outside your comfort zones, to challenge yourself, to go further than you did the previous day. And it'll feel uncomfortable. But that's a good thing. That's the point, is to have it feel uncomfortable. And you'll have successes, which feel awesome, and you'll have failures, which don't feel as great. But the thing about failure is that failure is really, truly, and I'm not just saying this, it's really just a springboard to a future success that just hasn't happened yet. So in doing this over the next month, I would speak to people on the phone, I would talk to people in real life, I would talk to groups of people. I would even walk up to groups of people in a shopping mall and stop them and say, "Hi, I stutter, and I've set this challenge to speak to 1,500 people in the month of November. You're number 883, and thank you very much." And they thought that was awesome. They thought that was so cool. So at 10 o'clock at night on November 30th, I completed my 1,505th conversation with somebody. And I felt amazing. I felt amazing because I had changed my perceptions and changed my beliefs about that fear. I had truly conquered that fear. I had a huge amount of confidence. My speech was very much back on track. But even better than that, I changed my perceptions and my beliefs about myself also. And that's what actually allowed me to come here today, because it was shortly after that Behnke started talking about this whole 368 thing. And I said, dude, I gotta be there. Like, I wanna tell people about this, because all of us as YouTubers, as creatives, we fight fear all the time. And you have to fight it in order to make a change. But if you do, and all of us in here can, every single person, if you follow this, A, acknowledge, B, begin, C, continue, plan. It's not very complicated, but you just have to do it. And if you do, you can change your entire life. I see it every day in the McGuire program, and I know that every one of you has that capability also. So, I'm going to continue my journey tomorrow, actually. I head down to Austin, Texas to lead a 3-day Stutterers Helping Stutterers McGuire program course for 25 people. I'm very excited about it. But that's what I'm doing starting tomorrow to continue battling against my fear. So the only question is, where will you challenge your fear? I'm Brian Sellers.
Thank you, Brian. Awesome. Next up, we have Cody Wanner, rhymes with honors.
If you've made it this far, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope that you've really gotten something out of this. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you if you've already done that. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I love being able to connect with you. If you stutter, or if you know anybody who does, who wants to overcome their stuttering, please have them contact me and the McGuire program. It has changed my life, and I run the program in the United States and Canada. I will be happy to help anybody who wants to overcome their stuttering. Remember, you can accomplish anything in this life if you choose happy, work hard, and just get after it. Bye for now. Thank you to Behnke and to Creators Offline. Thank you to 368. Thank you to Casey Neistat. To be able to be in his house doing speaking. I gotta work on that a little bit, but doing talky talk. Yeah, 368, you know, the house that Casey Neistat built. I got to speak there a couple weeks ago.